are listening to Life at Siemens, a podcast for you who are curious about what we do and who we are at Siemens in the Nordics and how one can unlock an impactful career with us. I'm Lisa from the communications team here at Siemens, and with me today, I'm glad to welcome Heléne Stigsson, our Nordic Talent Acquisition Manager.
Yeah, thank you,
Welcome.
Lisa. That was a nice introduction.
What is talent acquisition? Shall we start there?
Yeah, that's a big question.
Uh-huh.
For me, talent acquisition is talent management. So it's everything from attracting, recruiting, developing, retaining, and also exiting talent. You know, succession planning, workforce planning, building talent pipelines to have a strategic focus on talent management. And then we can work proactive to also challenge the organization that we not replace Lisa with another Lisa. Maybe we need something else in that position, for example. So that is something also that talent acquisition supports with. So it starts really from workforce planning, as we discussed, setting the strategy going forward and what talent do we have in the company and what do we might need to go externally to find that we don't have in the organization today.
How has your own career journey been this far?
It's been fantastic. I've had a privilege to work in, multinational companies, mid-sized companies, smaller family-owned companies, and also different industries. So it's been really good. But now I'm home at Siemens. Yeah.
Wow, great. And you've been here for a couple years now?
Yeah, soon 3 years, two and a half to be very specific. Yeah.
Time flies.
It does.
So when you've met all these applicants and talents, what stands out to you in a person?
Of course, the experience, but also the skill sets that the person is bringing. It's not only what you have done previously on your resume, it's also the skills and how we can combine those skills into a position here at Siemens. And it's also curiosity, wanting to learn and develop as a person. That's things that really sticks out to me. I think curiosity is very important if you want to have a career at Siemens.
So again, touching upon all this you're meeting so many talents out there. What are common misconceptions about Siemens and what we do, who we are, what we stand for?
I think I would say that they still think that we are producing and selling dishwashers and refrigerators.
We don't?
No. And that's a big thing for me to communicate to the market that, hey, you can work with so many cool things in Siemens. So that's one thing. And I would also say it's a German conservative company. That's also a misconception, I would say, because that's definitely not what we are.
In your role as talent acquisition manager, which you explained a bit previously, what is the purpose for you? What is meaningful in your role?
It's when you find this match, both from the candidate perspective that you really think that you find the next position for this person to thrive, develop, and also coming to a culture where this person would really fit and develop and thrive. And also from the company perspective that this person will bring in so much new knowledge and competence to Siemens. Yeah, when you find that match, that's one of the things. But then it's also my team and collaborate within the people and organization where I belong.
So we talked about, just a short while ago, common misconceptions about Siemens. But let's maybe flip that and say, what would you like everyone to know about our company?
I would say our 4 strategic pillars is a good thing to bring up here, and that's customer impact, technology with purpose, empower people, and a growth mindset. Because that's really our strategic priorities, and that goes through everything we do, basically.
I'm curious about who is a good match for Siemens. You mentioned curiosity and so on before. I have 4 kind of types of applicants. One is the technology-interested problem solver.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Another one is the socially engaged change agent.
You want me to rate these? Or?
Yeah, I have 2 more.
Yeah.
So a third one, the communicative team player. And then the fourth, the career-oriented climber. Yeah, please rank them. Who's the best match out of these 4 for Siemens?
I would say the communicative team player is super important for Siemens. And then the socially engaged change agent. Was that how you call
Yes.
it? Yeah. I think that's also very important where we stand right now in a transformation as a company. That is really, really important. And then the third, the technology interested problem solver. I think that is really, really important as well. And then the career-oriented climber. That's, of course, important to the individual, but maybe from a company perspective, I would rate the other ones higher.
I'd like to kind of start wrapping this interview up with asking some quick questions. However, they are not that quick because I hope that you can answer with a yes or no, but then you're welcome to explain. Are you good at asking for feedback?
I am.
How do you apply this in your everyday work?
After meetings, I usually check in also with my team members and really, really often, not every time, but I'm trying to ask for feedback when we had workshops together, if the structure were good, did you bring something after meetings so we don't just have meetings because of a meeting. Yeah, and also to my peers. We have this function where you can do the 360 peer surveys in some different areas regards to leadership and personal development and stuff. I'm trying to do that a couple of times every year as well, at least.
Let's flip that. Are you good at giving feedback? Yes or no?
Yes, but I could develop and be better. You can always develop that part, I think. Yeah. But I'm trying when I collaborate with people, cross departments as well. I'm really trying to provide feedback.
Have you ever taken on a work role, professional role, or responsibility that you weren't sure you were ready for?
Yes, I would say this position, as I have today, working Nordic, having people placed in all the Nordic countries. That's nothing I've done before. So that was something new where I stepped out of my comfort zone, maybe.
Are you in a comfort zone now?
I am.
Would you say?
Yeah, I would say. In my role, yeah. Yeah, because I have a fantastic team. And also from a leadership perspective, I have a fantastic manager supporting me and providing the psychological safety where it's okay to also fail and try new ways of doing things and succeed.
Good to hear. Can work-life balance be achieved?
I hope so, if that is a good answer. With a good leader who actually walks the talk. Because I think if you as a manager, working late, sending emails outside of working hours, and then you kind of set the culture, I think. So you need to, as a leader, walk the talk and set the scene, I would say. And then sometimes you work more because you have tighter deadlines. But then I always try to, take a little bit of time off after you deliver on the project. So you...
It goes up and down,
Yeah.
Do you invest time in continuous learning?
I do. We also get measured on that one in Siemens.
We do.
We have learning hours.
We have yearly targets.
We do. Yeah. And I think it's a very good thing. And we have a lot of good courses in the My Learning World, which is called in Siemens. But also try to network outside of Siemens to get that perspective for my role and for my team members and for the Siemens as an organization. So, yeah, I think it's important.
Final question. Are you a podcast listener yourself?
I am. I think it's really good to, learn new things and get a good market perspective while, being outside, taking a walk in the sunshine. So, I am.
Both for a professional purpose and personal interest?
Yeah, more into the leadership. Yeah. I found some really good leadership podcasts, so more professional.
You will have to share your top tips with me later on.
Yeah. I'm more than happy to.
Thank you so much for coming here today, Heléne.
Thank you very much for having me, Lisa.
Before we finish this episode, I need to know, and I think our listeners need to know, is it possible to keep in touch with you or Siemens if one is interested in maybe applying for a job, kind of keeping an eye out for what's coming up as with regards to open positions, but maybe not at this very moment?
Yeah, of course. I would recommend you all to go to our career page to read more about Siemens as an employer, but also to sign up for job alerts and to make sure you're not missing out on any future open positions coming up. And you can also connect with me on LinkedIn to get to know me a little bit better. And then I would also recommend you to listen in to the rest of the episodes in this podcast, Life at Siemens.
Thank you so much. And thank you all who listened today.